Oh my God, there is some seriously heartbreaking news that's shaking up the hip-hop world. Grab your tissues because we're talking about the tragic passing of Atlanta legend Rich Homie Quan. I know, I can't believe it either. Let's get into all the details, including what his family is saying and how the rap community is reacting.
Rich Homie Quan, rapper Rich Homie Quan, had passed away, and it was later confirmed that this did happen. So I spoke to a source close to the family who said that, you know, his family was devastated. They were trying to figure out, like what happened.
Okay, so here's the tea. Rich Homie Quan, whose real name was DeQuantes Devontae Lamar, passed away at just 34 years old. Can you believe it? The Fulton County Medical Examiner's Office confirmed his death on September 5th, 2024. It's like 1 minute he's here dropping fire tracks and the next, he's gone. It's hitting everyone hard, especially those who knew him best. Now let's rewind a bit and talk about who Rich Homie Quan was, because this guy was more than just a rapper. He was a whole mood. He burst onto the scene back in 2013 with his infectious hit Type of Way. Remember that song? It was everywhere. And don't even get me started on My Nigga with YG. Those tracks had us all feeling some type of way for real. But Quan's journey wasn't all glitz and glamour. He was real about his past, including a 15-month stint in jail when he was 21. But you know what? He used that time to read and make music. Talk about turning lemons into lemonade. After getting out, Quan didn't slow down. He dropped mixtapes like they were hotcakes. I go in on every song, still going in reloaded, keeping his hustle strong. And when Type of Way went gold, child, it was remixed by everyone from Jeezy to Meek Mill. The boy was on fire, but wait, there's more. Remember Lifestyle with Young Thug? That track had us all trying to decipher the lyrics and failing miserably, but we loved it anyway. And don't even get me started on Flex in 2015. That dance had everyone and their grandma trying to hit the Quan. Now, here's where things get a little heavy. Just a day before he passed, Quan was chatting with a young reporter, joking about feeling old. At 34? Come on, Quan, and getting all excited about his music. He was planning to drop some new heat before his birthday on October 4th. It's like he had no idea what was coming. It breaks my heart, y'all. So, what happened? Well, here's what we know so far. Quan was found unresponsive at his place. His girlfriend made the heartbreaking discovery after a routine school drop-off. She noticed he wasn't breathing and called 911 faster than I hit add to cart during a sale. There have been whispers about past struggles with addiction, but nothing's been officially linked to his death yet. The hip-hop community is in shambles. Besties. Artists like Boosie Badazz and Lil Kim are pouring out tributes like it's raining. It's got everyone talking about how many losses Atlanta's music scene has faced lately. It's like, can we catch a break?
You guys have any idea of what happened yesterday?
I have no idea at this time. Basically, I'm waiting on the toxicology report. I don't know. I don't know. When I got there, he was being brought out on a stretcher. And once they went to the hospital with my son.
Now, let's talk about what Quan's dad had to say, because this is where it gets real, y'all. Quan's father recently opened up about losing his son, and let me tell you, it's more emotional than the season finale of your favorite show. He's still waiting on the toxicology report and doesn't want to jump to conclusions. He said, I'm like everybody else, I have to wait and see. The uncertainty is killing him, and he admits he doesn't have any answers yet. Can you imagine being in his shoes? It's like waiting for test results, but a million times worse. When he got to the scene, Quan was already being taken away on a stretcher. His immediate reaction? He went inside and started praying. It's like, in that moment, what else can you do?
They went to the hospital with my son. I immediately went in the house and started praying. I don't know. I'm like everybody else. I have to wait and see. I don't want to speculate. I stand on principles. I stand on values. I won't lie. I won't lie.
But here's the part that got me right in the feels. Quan and his dad weren't just father and son, they were best friends. They spoke multiple times a day. His dad said, the day before he passed, we were on the phone 11 times. 11 times, y'all. That's more than I call my mom on a good day. Quan's dad grew up without his own father, so he made sure to be there for Quan from day one. It's like he was making up for what he missed out on, you know?
Yeah, we had a unique relationship because we were father and son, but we had a we called each other my best friend. We spoke daily. We spoke several times. The day before he passed, I looked at my phone. We were on the phone like 11 times. we had a bond. You know, we had a bond. Like, I grew up without my father, so I knew that if I ever had kids, I was gonna be in their lives. And I've been in his life since day one up until he passed. So yeah, we had a unique bond, you know.
He also was a father, right?
Now here's another gut punch. Quan was a dad himself, leaving behind 4 kids. His own dad talked about how Quan was just starting to really embrace fatherhood. He even said, "Dad, I'm getting this parenting thing down now." This past summer, he had all his kids with him for about 30 days. His dad thinks maybe God knew something was coming. It's like he got to have that special time with his kids before, you know.
He has 5 kids. I have 4 grandsons and 1 granddaughter. And he had just started to gravitate to being a father. We had just had a conversation and he told me, "Dad, you know, I'm getting this parenting thing down now."
Mm-hmm.
And he was like accepting it. And it's crazy because this past summer, he had all of his kids with him. And he was happy because I don't think he had ever had just all of them over a course, like they were there for like 30 days. And he had them, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, maybe God knew, you know.
Legal name, tell me about his childhood and how he grew up. And
DeQuantis Lamar.
Let's take a trip down memory lane, shall we? Quan grew up in East Atlanta playing football and baseball. He even had a scholarship, but he got homesick and came home, then landed in some trouble and went to jail. After that, he decided to pursue rap. His dad was like, "You know that's a slippery slope," and tried to push him towards engineering school. But Quan stuck to his guns and, well, the rest is history.
He grew up, he indicated over in East Atlanta, played football and baseball, all coming up out of Old National. Played baseball up until his 12th grade year at McNair. Had a scholarship, got there, say he got homesick and came home. Got in some trouble, went to jail, came home, told me he wanted to be a rapper. I was like, you know, that's a slippery, slippery slope.
Yeah.
And I encouraged him to go to engineering school. But he was like, "Dad, I want to be a rapper," and he stuck to it.
Here's the part that really got me choked up. Quan once told his dad, "As an artist, you're more appreciated in death than when you're alive." And now his dad is seeing that come true, with love pouring in from everywhere. It's like, why can't we appreciate people this much when they're still here? His dad wants us to remember Quan as a trendsetter who made hits, not just songs. He said, "I taught him humility, but you gotta call it what it is. My son is one of the greatest artists to come out of Atlanta, a true lyricist." And you know what? He's not wrong.
Me and my son had a conversation where it's like, as artists, you're more appreciated in death than you are alive. And unfortunately, I'm seeing it. Now that he's gone, the love is everywhere. That he was a trendsetter, that he made hits, and I used to tell him it's a difference in making songs and making hits. And he made hits, and I know that his music will live on forever. And I know as far as the city of Atlanta goes, he's a legend. I taught him humility. I taught him to stay grounded, but you have to call an ace and a spade. And my son is one of the greatest artists that came out of Atlanta, a true lyricist.
Quan's talent was off the charts, besties. His dad recalled watching him in the studio creating music without even writing anything down. He said, "That's God-given talent," and he's confident Quan's music will live on forever. But here's the kicker. Quan had just wrapped up a 20 to 22 song project and was planning to shoot 2 videos. He had features lined up with 2 Chainz and Plies, and he was scheduled for 2 shows in Miami that same weekend. His dad said, "We were supposed to fly out tonight. Can you imagine? It's like life was snatched away right when things were about to pop off even more."
We had just completed, I think it's 20 or 25 song project. And we were in the process of scheduling, shooting 2 videos off the project. A feature from 2 Chainz and a feature from Plies. And we had 2 shows in Miami this weekend. This weekend coming. And we were supposed to fly out tonight. And he had said that we was gonna try to get in touch with Plies and shoot a video while we were there to the Plies song. And him and 2 Chainz had been in communication about getting the schedules together to shoot the video to the songs that they had. So yeah, he has a, like, artists tend to take music to a sense that they're their babies.
Now, let's talk about Quan's last moments, because this is where it gets really heavy. The Fulton County medical examiner did the autopsy, but they're still waiting on lab results and tissue samples to figure out exactly what happened. Quan's girlfriend, Amber Williams, broke her silence with an emotional Instagram post that had me crying into my pumpkin spice latte. She said the pain is unbearable and she's traumatized by what happened. Can you blame her? She found him unresponsive. That's not something you just shake off. Amber's 911 call revealed that Quan fell asleep on the couch one night and didn't make it to bed. The next day, when she was getting ready to take her son to school, she saw him still lying there. She threw a blanket over him, but soon realized something was terribly wrong. When she rolled him over, he wasn't breathing and had foam around his mouth. I can't even imagine how terrifying that must have been for her. Now, here's where things get a little messy. Rapper Boozy Badazz claimed on social media that Quan overdosed. He said, "Just got word that Rich Homie Quan just OD'd. Just talked to Quan the other day." Boozy also shared some love, saying he'll never forget Quan's smile, his voice, or his music. They were even working on a new project together. But here's the thing. We don't know for sure if it was an overdose. We've got to wait for the official results before jumping to conclusions. It's like when your bestie tells you some gossip and you're like, "But did you hear it from the source?" Let's talk about Quan's impact on hip-hop, because this guy was a game changer. He was part of that wave that shifted trap music from its gritty roots to something more melodic and chill. When Type of Way dropped in 2013, it took over the summer like a heat wave, and Flex in 2015. That dance had everyone from your little cousin to your grandma trying to hit the Quan. Quan wasn't just an Atlanta legend. He was a key player in shaping the trap music scene globally. His unique style and high-energy performances set trends and gave a voice to fans who related to his struggles. It's like he took the Atlanta sound and made it universal, you know? As Quan's family continues to process this heartbreaking loss, they want the world to remember him for what he truly was: a trendsetter, a hitmaker, and a proud father who was just hitting his stride in life. The pain is real, but so is the legacy he left behind. So, what do you think, besties? How will you remember Rich Homie Quan? Drop your favorite memories or songs in the comments below, and let's take a moment to appreciate our favorite artists while they're still with us, okay? Remember, life is short and unpredictable, so tell your people you love them, chase your dreams like Quan did, and never be afraid to hit the Quan, even if you look silly doing it. That's all for now, my loves. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on the latest tea. Until next time, stay fabulous, stay curious, and let's keep Rich Homie Quan's memory alive. You are watching Hot Gossip. Goodbye.